All right, welcome. You know when you watch one of those huge, high-stakes adventure movies and you feel like you need a roadmap just to keep up with the plot? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we are breaking down the absolutely thrilling, super complex, and curse-filled quest at the heart of an epic story. So let's dive in and untangle this thing, starting right at the moment it all goes sideways.
And it all kicks off, like the best stories do, with a moment of just pure, absolute panic. This one line tells you everything you need to know. It sets the stage for a story where every single second counts, and the stakes? Well, they're literally life and death. So how on earth did our heroes end up here?
To get that, we have to go back to the beginning, to the problem that's at the heart of this entire story, a really nasty haunting curse.
So at the center of all this, you've got this group of friends who are tied together by a terrible, terrible fate. It shows up as this mysterious eye-shaped mark on their shoulder. Basically a symbol that tells them they're part of an ancient and very, very deadly family curse.
Now, this isn't just some vague bad luck thing. The story gets really specific. This curse, or shrap, is an inherited affliction, and for thousands of years it has made sure that nobody in this bloodline ever gets to live a full, long life. It's a ticking clock that they're literally born with.
But there is a tiny glimmer of hope, just one. There's this legendary artifact, the cuneiform script, or Kittilipi, and it's rumored to hold the secret to finally breaking this ancient chain. This thing becomes their one and only goal. It's the only thing that can save them. And this line just perfectly captures their motivation, right? It's not just about saving themselves anymore. The whole quest turns into a promise that this generation is going to be the one to end all this suffering for everyone. You can just feel how high the stakes are emotionally. So, okay, they know what they have to do. The purpose is clear, and the quest officially begins. But their first stop isn't the treasure itself. It's the map to get there.
Right, so before they can even think about finding the cure, they need a guide. Their first mission is to track down the legendary Treasure Mountain map, which supposedly shows the script's hidden location. But, getting their hands on it means they have to go somewhere pretty dangerous.
They have to venture into the ghost market, or Bhutia Bazaar. And what's so cool here is the world building. I mean, this is not your local flea market. It's this illegal pop-up bazaar that only shows up at midnight on certain days, and it deals in all sorts of forbidden, ancient artifacts. It's the kind of place where you can find anything, if you're willing to pay the price. And here we go, our first major twist. They find the map, but it's in the hands of their friend Shally. And she isn't just going to hand it over. Nope. She's got one condition, and it's a big one. If they want the map, she's coming with them. So, map secured, and a new, unexpected member on the team. The real adventure finally begins. This is where they're launched headfirst into a crazy, action-packed series of deadly trials. The path ahead is basically an insane obstacle course, a gauntlet. They've got to face 3 totally different and increasingly dangerous challenges. First, a mythical beast, then a forgotten temple, and finally, a claustrophobic den full of predators.
I mean, their journey has barely even started before they're thrown right into total chaos. While they're just trying to get across a river, their boat gets attacked by this enormous creature that the locals call the Dragon King. It is a brutal, messy fight for survival right out of the gate.
So after they somehow survive the river, the map leads them to this remote temple way up in the mountains. But here's the thing, it's a trick. By solving some ancient puzzles, they figure out the temple's just a fancy disguise, designed to hide the real entrance to a secret tomb. So the only way forward is down. They find this deep, dry well that leads into the tomb, but of course there's a problem. It is swarming with a pack of very territorial wolves, and the only thing keeping them safe? A single torch. And that brings us right back to where we started. See, the wolves are terrified of the fire, but there's a catch. The torch is only going to burn for exactly 3 minutes. They have 180 seconds to get past an entire wolf pack before the light goes out, and they're left completely in the dark. Okay, so they made it through the gauntlet. The team finally gets inside the tomb for the final act, where they're about to find traps, treasure, and a truth that is going to change everything. The final room is called the Fire Palace. And here's the really crucial part. The entire chamber is built on top of a volatile layer of natural sulfur. So, one wrong move, one stray spark, and the whole place could just go up in flames. Oh, and of course, it's guarded by giant spiders. Why not?
But the biggest danger in this room isn't a trap, and it isn't a monster. It's a confession. At the absolute worst possible moment, Charlie comes clean. The whole thing was a setup. She planned the entire quest, using her friends to get her to this exact spot.
And that changes everything. All the physical danger suddenly takes a backseat to this massive emotional blow. The question is no longer, can they survive the tomb? It's, can their friendship possibly survive this?
And then, in this really powerful moment, you'd think it would all fall apart, but they choose forgiveness. They look at Xiaoli and they don't see a traitor. They see another victim, someone haunted by the exact same curse they are. They realize the real enemy isn't each other. It's the fate that they all share. Fighting is a luxury they just don't have.
So, with the team back together, the final sequence is just a whirlwind. They fight the spiders, they finally get their hands on the cuneiform script, and then they have this brilliant idea to use alcohol to light the sulfur, creating a huge explosion that basically covers their frantic escape as the whole tomb collapses around them.
And in the end, they crawl out of the rubble. They're beaten up, for sure, but they're not broken. They have the key to breaking the curse, their friendship was tested by fire and came out even stronger, and the painful truth is finally out there. They did it. They won.
But you're left with this one final nagging question. Yeah, they found the cure for what was killing them, but on a journey that was built on a foundation of lies. What parts of themselves, their trust, their innocence, did they lose forever in that collapsing tomb? Something to think about.